Hello Heavy Metal Maidens and Masters, I'm Heavy Metal Momma and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I will be making 4 looks with the Jolie Beauty Sorceress Palette. But before we get to that, remember to like this video, comment down below to discuss any of the things that come up in the video, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and thank you to all of you that already do. Hit that notification bell so you can find out whenever I upload, and welcome. So, Jolie Beauty, I'm a bit obsessed with Jolie Beauty at the moment. They are my current makeup obsession. I have now 3 palettes from Jolie Beauty. I also have concealer, I have numerous lipsticks. I am absolutely loving all the things that they do. They have some amazing products. I am obsessed with her TikTok lives. I continually watch her on TikTok live. I absolutely love everything about the brand. They are a small beauty brand run by the beautiful Jolie Cash, and they make some phenomenal makeup which is very much geared towards the alternative and goth community, because Jolie herself is very much into metal. She loves a good, you know, concert. She loves herself some metal. She's been sharing photographs of her when she was, you know, a young gothling, and it's, you know, it just takes me back. She's a little bit younger than me, but you know, it makes me feel nostalgic for the 90s. But today I'm going to be making some looks with this beautiful Sorceress palette. So the Sorceress palette is these phenomenal shades. We have got lots of neutrals at this end. We've got some whites. We've got a couple of different taupe shades. We've got some sort of, this is like a blue toned grey here. We've got more of a blacky shimmery grey here. We've got some of these beautiful glitter ones as well. This is like a bluey black glitter. We've got a few different greys here. We've got like a grey, I think she calls these multi-chromes. This is beautiful, and a black multi-chrome as well. Then we've got all these stunning pinky purple shades here, and then we've got these beautiful green shades here, and this one is like a purple that shifts to green. This is a true multi-chrome. It's like shimmery green shift, and of course, as always, a beautiful black shade. So I'm going to create 4 looks for you today, including the one that I am wearing right now. I've tried to do sort of one of each. I've got like a neutral look, I've done a purple look, this is the purple look, I've got like a black and green look, and then like a peacock purple and green look as well. So stay tuned, keep watching for all of those amazing looks and how I did them. I must admit, a lot of them I have very closely watched Jolie doing them and then used her tips and tricks. She has her own YouTube channel as well. If you want to go and check her out, I will make sure I link it up here. And of course, go check her out on TikTok as well. She does free giveaways when she does lives. They're amazing. That's how I got my concealers. I got those in a giveaway. Love, 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 love them. I will review them at some point when I do some more lipsticks and that kind of thing. But maybe if you want like a foundation, etc. video, I'm not really sure whether anybody would be interested in that. But if you are, shout down in the comments below. I would love to let you in on how I do my base. But obviously that is quite a personal thing depending on your skin type. But, you know, I'm happy to share it with you if you people are interested. Don't want to make it though if nobody cares about it. But yes, if you would like to see me make 4 looks with the beautiful Jolie Beauty Sorceress palette, stay tuned. So here we have the first look. It's the most natural. It's glam, but it's fairly normal. Lots of greys and blacks, a bit of a smokiness to it. Stay tuned to see how I accomplish this look. So we have the Jolie Beauty Sorceress palette, and we are going to go in with the shade Spellbound. It is like a nice sort of medium taupe, and we are going to use that as our transition shade, putting that all over the crease and up towards the eyebrows, which I've already done using a big fluffy brush. Now we're going to use the shade Conjure, which is a paler taupe shade, and that we're going to put across the lids, mainly near the inner corner. Now we're using the shade Bewitching. This is like a bluey grey shade. I'm using that with a big fluffy brush on the outer third half of my eye, going right out into the socket and out a little bit into the edge of the eye to sort of smoke it out. Now we're going to use the beautiful black shade Sabbath. We're using that on the socket and to the outer corner of the eye with like a sort of shorter, stubbier brush, and then I'm using that same fluffy brush that I used the grey for to sort of smoke it out a little bit. Now we're going in with this beautiful multi-chrome silver in Chalice that I just use on my fingertip. You don't need a brush for this. I find it actually goes on better with your fingertip. And we're putting that on the middle third of the eye. Now we're using a little bit more of that black, that Sabbath, on the underside of the eye with a little short brush. And then lastly, we're using this beautiful white shade. It's really multi-dimensional shade Equinox. That is going right on the inner corners by the tear duct to just give it a little bit of a zhuzh, a little highlight. And now I'm going to use my NYX eyeliner to draw my wing on. I am terrible at wings, so yeah, this is not my greatest work, but there we go. I don't usually do that in here with a little hand mirror, hence why I've had to get the cotton bud out. I have noticed that as I'm getting older, the NYX eyeliner sort of spiderwebs out nearer the tear duct when I do it, so I tend to try and not go as close. Now I'm using a little bit of mascara. This is, I think, a Maybelline mascara. Again, clearing up any blobs, because I'm no makeup artist. A little bit of a contour and a little bit of highlight on the nose. Spray with some setting spray, because setting spray makes everything better. And now I am using, I think this is a Killstar lipstick. Yeah, it's one of my Killstar lipsticks. As a more neutral lipstick shade to just finish off this look, because this is quite a normal, you know, standard look with a nude lip and a smoky eye. Basic, but nice and glam. There we have it. It's quite a more normal makeup, sort of. It's black, it's silver, it's shiny, but it's not too OTT. Great for work. So this is the second look. This is a purpley green, witchy, it's kind of like peacock colours with this beautiful multi-chrome colour there. It's green in some lights and it's not coming out on the camera, but it shifts to purple when the light moves with it. But it is absolutely stunning. I love it. It's a real sort of peacock colour. It goes with my tattoos beautifully, and if you want to see how to create this look, keep watching. So we have the Sorceress Palette again, and we are going in with the shade Hocus, which is a pale purple colour. We're using a big fluffy brush to go right out from the socket, right out almost towards the eyebrow and the very, very outer edge, almost to your face, to get a real nice pale purple transition shade. We're going under the eye as well. We want to have a really nice smoked out base there. Now we are using this much darker shade of purple called Hallows Eve. That we are using on a little flat brush so that we can really pack it on there, on the corner of the eye and on the lower lash line as well, just underneath the lower lash line there. And now I'm getting a fluffier brush, sort of a, still quite a close fluffy brush, and we are really blending it out and into the socket line there. You don't need to put any more on the brush, you just blend out what is already packed on there, and that will blend it out to the socket. Then we're going in, yeah, a little bit more on there just to really, really deepen up that colour, but also sort of smoke it out and blend it out nicely so you get a nice smooth transition into that paler Hocus shade. So yeah, a socket line colour, I tend to go for something really dark to try and, you know, really sit in the sockets, because I have very hooded eyes. I need to really show them off. Now, if you noticed, I haven't put anything on the inner third of my lid. So I am now putting some setting spray on a flat brush, and we are using the shade Shapeshifter, which is this multi-chrome green shade, and I'm packing that on the lid. You need the setting spray to make it stick, because there's no other shadow on there and we want a really, really vivid colour. Now I'm using this lovely lime green shade Healer, electric green, on the inner corner there, just to give it a little bit of pop, and on the inner lash line. And now again we're going into the shade Equinox. I'm putting that on my finger and just putting that in the tear duct to really highlight the look, and back in with that NYX liner to try and do a winged liner, which I generally suck at and really struggle with this little mirror. I'm used to having two hands when I do this, so I can sort of pull my eyes. But yeah, we are now mascaraing as well. I think that's some sort of Maybelline mascara. Try and really make those lashes pop. And yep, lower lash line as well, and a little bit of highlighter on the nose, a little bit of contour under the cheekbones, just to try and get a little bit of definition, a little bit of highlighter right in the brow there. And then we are using the shade Sensual from Jolie Beauty's lipstick. This is like a light purple shade, and I'm putting that on the lips. It's like a pinky purple, but it's the lighter of the two. I've got a couple of different purple shades. This one's not quite as dark, but I think it works really well with this makeup look. I think too dark a purple would be almost too much. But I love the peacockness of it, of that green. A little bit of setting spray to stop it going anywhere. So this is the final look. It's purple and green. It's like a peacock. I just really like the different colours together. They're quite difficult to put together in a way where the colour story works. So I really like this look. It's just really different. So this is look 3. It is a bright lime, lizard green and black. It's simple but super effective. Join me as I create this look. So again, I have my Sorceress Palette, and we are going in with the shade Healer, which is the bright lizardy green look. So again, I'm using a fluffy brush, a blending brush, and we are going from the socket and up, right up to almost the eyebrow and out around the edges. I like to point it out in like an almond shaped point to this sort of the tip of my eyebrow and underneath the eye as well. Lots and lots of blending with that. Just want to make sure it's really blended out. Now we're going in again with the shade Healer. I almost pointed at the wrong one, with a flat brush, and I'm putting that on the inner third of my eye just to get like a really bright green. And now we are using the shade Pop It, which is a darker, more bottle green. I'm using that on the center third and out of my eye. So now we're going in with the black, which is the shade Sabbath. That is going on the outer third of my eye and up into the crease line with this little flat packing brush, and a little bit on the lower lash line as well. Then I'm just making sure that's really packed on there so it's nice and thick black. Now I'm going in with a blending brush, and I'm going to blend that out, really try and smoke that out around the edge of my eye, around the socket line, to really sort of make sure that that's blended well into that lovely green. Lots and lots of blending and repacking on to make sure that you've got a really nice thick layer of black, and then using that little brush to just smoke out a little bit. Now I've got a little bit of micellar water here on a cotton pad just to try and clean up any fallout that's unfortunately fallen onto my face. A little bit more foundation and a tiny bit of the Jolie Beauty Second Skin Concealer. I use shade 5. I won this in a giveaway, and that is going under the eye to just correct where I have cleaned off the fallout. A little bit of powder there as well, just to set it all again. Now back in with that little tiny flat paddle brush to just put a little bit more black under the eyes. Then using that NYX liner again to do, I mean, I think I've done a wing. I don't think you can tell because, you know, I've got black all over the lid, or certainly the outer third. But I think it needs a little bit of liner. I think it makes the mascara pop a little bit more. And again, a little layer of mascara. And as usual, back in with the cotton bud to get rid of where it sort of crept up my eyelids. That is the curse of having slightly crepey older lady eyelids, is that it, you know, that very liquidy eyeliner creeps up your eye if you're not careful. A little bit of contour, a little bit of highlight on the tips of the nose, etc. And on the inner corners and the outer sort of the bend in the eyebrow there. And then I'm using a trusty black lipstick. This is Killstar's, I can't remember what it's called, the Killstar black lipstick. I do love this. I know Jolie does a black lipstick, and I will be replacing my Killstar one with the Jolie one, but I keep getting sent free ones with Killstar orders, so I've got a lot of black lipstick left to use up, but you can never have too much black lipstick. So I think this, or a really nude neutral, a greyish toned, cool toned neutral would look good together. Green can be quite difficult to put a lipstick with without looking a bit too much. But there we are, that is the finished look. So this is the final look. I love it. I love it. It's very cybery. I really like the greens. This is a very simple one. You know, there's a few colours in there. I really like it. I think it's a great way to use those bright greens. It's very Emily Boo, I must admit. I could definitely see her rocking this colour eyeshadow. You know, yeah, I love it, I love it. Great for, you know, a quick but very impactful look. So this is the final look. This is look number 4. This is a pinky purple glittery eye look. It was, you know, quite a party look. So once more, we're using the Sorceress palette. And for today's look, for our transition shade, we are using the shade Hocus. It is this lovely, pale, cool, purpley toned colour. We are using that on a big, fluffy brush. We're going from the socket right up to the corner, almost to the arch of the eyebrow, and right out to the tip of the eyebrow, and a little bit underneath the outer corner of the eye as well, to create a nice, smooth, transitioned, blended out shade. Now we are going to use this beautiful, warm toned, bright pink shade. It's called Love Potion, and we are packing that on really densely with a little flat packing brush there. Want to make sure we've got a really nice thick coating of that beautiful pink colour, and that we are going all the way to the middle of the eye. Now we're going to use this lovely warm toned purple colour called Sorceress. We're using that on a fluffy brush, and I'm packing that on the outer half of the eye and up slightly into the socket, not a lot, and on the under inner third as well, just blending that out. And yet we're now sort of just slightly smoking it out on the socket, but now actually on the socket line we're using this deep cool toned purple Hallows Eve on a fluffy packing brush. We're putting that just on the socket line and right along the the lash line of the eye, a little bit along the lash line at the top of the eye as well, to create like a socket line. Right, now with a fluffy blending brush, we are going in with that dark toned purple Hallows Eve. Just one tap into the shade so that we don't end up with too much on the brush, and we are blending that purple right out. Now we are using this beautiful glitter shade in the shade Spirit. So I'm just popping that on the tip of my finger. It doesn't really need anything to adhere, it just adheres to your eyelid. I've put that right down the middle, on the middle of the lid, to create a nice transition, and I'm just using a brush there to just get rid of any excess. Now straight in with, again, my trusty NYX liner to do a winged liner look there. As usual, I suck at this, and just to let you know, there is a new Jolie Beauty palette coming out. It came out yesterday, in fact. It came out on the 25th of May. It is called the Siren palette. I haven't seen it. I think it's going to be like dark purples, blues, like dark greens. I think it's going to be a really gorgeous, another witchy, amazing palette from Jolie. As you can see here, I'm just putting on some mascara as usual. I will probably be getting one. I'm really excited to see what this palette's going to look like. I can't wait to see the colour story. Always super duper excited. So even if you don't like these looks that I do with the Sorceress palette, go over to Jolie Beauty and check out the newest drop, which will be the Siren palette. I'm assuming there will also be some lipstick shades, etc. there. I am super excited to see all the new products. I just absolutely love everything that she does. She has some beautiful different looks that she can come up with, and I'm really excited to see it. So this is a beautiful pinky purple toned look with the Sorceress palette. It's a nice glittery, it's more of a party look, but as I've got it here with a nice nude tone lipstick, you can keep it daytime. So that is how I created 4 looks with the gorgeous Jolie Beauty Sorceress palette. I hope you enjoyed seeing how I created them. I am no makeup artist. As you can tell, a lot of my winged eyeliner kind of sucks. I seem to be best at doing it when I'm in my bedroom doing my makeup, stood up with my mirror looking down. So trying to do it in here was interesting. So, you know. Yeah, I am no makeup artist, but I hope you enjoyed seeing how I put these different looks together. Let me know if you want any other looks with this palette. I'm happy to show them. If you've got any different colour combinations you fancy doing. I have another palette from Jolie Beauty. I have the Zombified palette. That is like a neon palette. I bought that very specifically for Wake the Tiger, which you can watch that video in a link up there. But if you would like to see some looks on that palette, it's very bright, let me know, and I will do that in the future. It's going to take me a little while. I need to practice some different looks because it's a little more out of my comfort zone, that colour story, whereas this is very much my wheelhouse, this. But If you enjoyed that, remember to like this video, comment down below to discuss any of the things that come up in the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and thank you to all of you that already do. Hit that notification bell so you can find out whenever I upload. And remember people, stay heavy.